These days, everybody seems to be going crazy for naked adventure enduro tourers, but we're going to take a look back at BMW's flagship touring bike, the K1600, with this model 2017 K1600-GT, loaned to us by Ocean BMW in Plymouth. The K1600 has been around since 2010. This 2017 model boasts 160 brake horsepower, and the 6 cylinders ensure that power is delivered smoothly and in any gear. Although that 6 cylinders ensures a fantastic soundtrack to the bike, there is options of audio equipment with the bikes, or you can plug yourself into your iPod and listen to your heart's content to AC/DC, but some people might not need it because the engine itself is just mesmerising. It's a gorgeous soundtrack. 1600 puts the Grand Tour back into GT. It's a phenomenal bike for touring. You will always find them all gathering together. You will always find a crowd around it. And you will be absolutely flabbergasting people when the non-motorcycle fraternity look at it and say, oh, how big is the engine? And you turn around and tell them it's a 1600, which in most cases is bigger than their first car. The controls on the bike are standard as per BMW's. You've got the iDrive on the left handlebar. The power delivery of this bike is great, makes overtaking an absolute pleasure. Brakes on the bike are what you would expect. They're positive, and when you pull the levers and you press the brake pedal, my God, you stop and you really know it. Get out there and give some emergency stops a go, because this will inspire confidence in your riding. The 2017 model has seen the reintroduction of reverse gear, which, if like me you have slightly shorter legs, you'll be very grateful for. The bike itself is one of the heavier of the Tourers. It's not quite as heavy as the GTR from Kawasaki. It weighs a little bit more than the other BMW contenders and the Yamaha's FJR, but it is up there. It is one of the heavier touring bikes. But when you throw a leg over this bike and you click into first gear, engage first gear, the weight literally disappears. It's a very, very agile bike to ride. The only time you start to notice the weight is when you're paddling the bike back into a parking space or something similar like that, or trying to get yourself out of a parking space that you put yourself nose into, and then reverse gear comes into its own. One trick we absolutely love with this bike is the direction, the beam pattern of the headlight is thrown. As you ride the bike and you turn left, turn right at night, the pattern is thrown to the near side or to the off side, and you got an option on the display of setting your motorcycle for left hand or right hand driving. So whether you're in Europe or in the UK or wherever, you can throw the beam accordingly. You see what I mean? That's brilliant. Yeah. Both of the bulbs for doing that. Yeah, and then something was clunk. But when you're riding at night, of course we're not going to find out, as you lean for the corner, it says adaptive xenon in the front. Naturally, there's sat nav with the bike. You fit your own aftermarket one, or you can buy BMW's navigator system, which is effectively a rebadged Garmin. You can then slot that into the dashboard, and it goes into a little recess and sits within the dashboard. So what does the K1600 replace? It replaces the K1300, the K1300-GT, the K1300R, the K1300S. They've all gone. You now get the K16, and you get it as a tourer, and that's it. Slight shame. If you're committing to buying the K1600, you're probably already familiar with the bike, you've probably tested it, and you're probably already one of the BMW faithful. You don't spend this sort of money out on a bike unless you've got some experience of the brand. So you're really left with one decision, and that decision is, do you go for the RT or do you go for the K1600-GT? I would say that the RT offers a better wind protection and protection from the elements, and personal choice. I like the Boxer engine. I always have liked the Boxer engines. They're quirky, but you get used to them. I think the RT's prettier. It is a beautiful machine, and as I said with the Boxer engine, you get used to the certain engine. With the K1600, you soon get used to that immense power and that real smoothness. That turbine whir is intoxicating. It's like Concorde on 2 wheels. Well done, BMW, for giving us the K1600. Yes, I was disappointed to see the disappearance of the K13, but my God, they've replaced it with something special.